All right, Fiberistas. Hey, welcome to the live cast. It is Wednesday, and I am gonna just do a quick live cast. Let me make sure everything's turned down. I'm just gonna do a quick live cast today because I'm in the middle of putting the finishing touches on the next Beyond the Basics class, and it's on embellishments. I'm so excited about this class, y'all. It's really great. Hey, Stacy from the Hey Ann, how are you? All right, so this class is really fun. I know, and I wish I had a better description because embellishments is basically what I'm doing to the weaving. I'm embellishing, but you know what? It is. This class is going to give you a really basic information on creating art. I'm giving you some really basic art theories, and through embellishments, we're going back into some weaving and applying some of these art theories to turn your weaving into art. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody's art weaving is beautiful and wonderful, but when we're talking about some like gallery worthy art, then there's a few kind of rules of the game that you kind of need to take into consideration. And I think adding embellishments to your woven pieces is a really good start in starting to segue into making fiber art. So anyway, I want to say hi to Kathy and TJ. So glad you guys could join me today. All right. So I also wanted to share with you some of the samples that I've been making to go with this class. And it's been really great because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I'll have some weavings that I've started and intend to make into wall hangings, and they end up kind of languishing. And this class is actually getting me to go back to those pieces and really look at them again and apply these art theories and make art. All right, so that being said, this class, I'm kind of focusing on wall art. The kind of stuff that you can, hang on a stick or a hanger and put on the wall. But that's not to say that you couldn't use some of these techniques with wearables. I think the difference being is that a lot of the techniques that I am giving you sometimes aren't real well laundered. Like if you're making some embellishments out of paper clay or something like that, that might not be the best thing to like put through a wash or even just hand washing. So the stuff I'm giving is mostly geared towards like decorative art, but that's not to say that you couldn't use some of these techniques to, pimp out your wearable weaving stuff. All right. I have my notes. I'm looking through my notes and I'm blowing through them really fast. All right, so let me share the samples that I've got with you. The first piece, I've had this piece, and I'm going to show you the back side, because what I did when I wove this piece, I wove this like blank area, knowing that I wanted to go back and add something to it. So I added, a little patch, and then I went through and added just a couple of details to kind of give a little eye movement. And I think I'm going to go back and I think I've shared this one with you guys before. And I was going to use this hanger. I was trying to decide between this hanger and this hanger, and I think I'm deciding this hanger because I realized I needed to use this hanger for another piece. So yeah, so it's going to go on this one, and I'm going to add some stuff that hang down from here, and also tie my things that are going up. And I think what I'm going to do is just hang down some red threads with some buttons. I don't know if you can see, because on this piece, I use the red thread on the buttons, and I think just having that little detail, because I think if I tried to add more of these dreads up here, I think that's going to be too much. So I think I'm just going to keep it really simple and just do some little red threads with buttons. All right. So the other piece that I did was this one, and I'm going to show you the back side of this first. All right, so I made this piece using a technique that I've gone over in the main Beyond the Basics class that I closed in March. But I'm going to cover this technique when we go into, and actually it might be a separate class because I've learned some different variations of this technique, so it'll be a quickie. Anyway, so I have this piece, and actually what it was going to be is I was going to fold it over like this and sew up the edges and make like a little purse, but I decided not to do that because I added these little patches and made it into a little piece of art, and that's what I'm going to use this hanger for, because I think there's so much color going on with this piece that it needed something a little plain as far as that goes. So that was fun. And then the other piece that I have, and this is actually the first weaving I ever made on my little rigid heddle loom, and it is really long. It's really long. I mean, put it this way, I was at a class in a workshop in Taos, and I had started this weaving at that workshop, and then I since I had to fly out Albuquerque, I drove to Albuquerque and stayed in a hotel overnight. And while I had gotten there like in the afternoon, and the Alabama football game was on TV. And so while I watched the Alabama football game in the hotel room, I wove this big, long ass piece. And it's actually way too long to wear as a scarf. I mean, I could, but it's like really long. So what I think I'm going to do is just make it like a really super long wall hanging that can like hang in a stairwell or something, and even, you know, allow it to pull on the floor. Although I'm on the fence about that because I have cats, and so anything that pulls on the floor is an invitation for them to come and soil it, which is not good. Anyway, so, but it's this piece I've been using to, because it has so many different little sections. So I've been using it to try out some of the details that you'll see in the class. So, but I think it's a really interesting piece because every inch is so different that I think when I finish it and then decide which end's the top and which end's the bottom, then I'm going to see about hanging it, and maybe that it hangs in drapes. I'm going to have to do some thumbnails and figure out what that's going to be about. So that's what I'm going to do with this. And so that's 3 of the pieces that I've that's shaken out of the samples that come from this class. All right, so about this class. It's going live on Friday. So I'm finishing up just the last little bits of, going back through and reading, making sure I've gotten all my I's dotted and T's crossed, and finishing up just the little details on that class. Anyway, so it's going live on Friday, and tomorrow's the last day you can use that coupon code, and I'll place, if you click on the link that I put in the description of this YouTube video, when you go to the landing page, it'll have information. If you use the coupon code PRESALE, PRESALE, if you use the coupon code, you'll get 20% off the registration price. That's good. That coupon code's only good through tomorrow at midnight. So if you go ahead and sign up today, and tomorrow you're going to get, right now the regular price is $45. With that coupon code, it knocks it down to $36. So go ahead and register and use the coupon code PRESALE, PRESALE. It'll prompt you to put a little coupon code if you have it when you register. And then the classes will go live on Friday. And it'll be exciting. Yay! And other than that, the only thing I wanted to also mention is I am toying with doing a membership. As I was making this class and sharing, some of the art tips. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to show you. I'm also going to share with you guys ways that I keep my art journal that helps me make art. I don't know if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm a big art journaler, and that's the way that I make sure that I harness ideas that I get throughout, like throughout the week. If I'm not going to use, these ideas right away in art, then at least they're in my journals and I can refer back to them later. But there's a way that I keep my journal, and I'm going to share with you in this class ways that I actually sketch out ideas and how I go from a mass of ideas and single out down to the ones that I'm going to use, as well as when I use my art journal just to randomly stay creative, and that I can use those ideas later on. So that's something that we're going to go through. Anyway, so I'm thinking about doing a membership. And it's just, it's kind of in the early stages, and let me know what you guys think. It's kind of, because this class is kind of starting on the path of, hey, let's think about making what you're weaving into like some art. And I know that that's, something that people might want to do. I would love to do a membership that kind of, we would gather like every other week and talk business. Like, I know there's been tons of questions about pricing, and I've got a lot of information on what to do and also what not to do with pricing, because I can tell you from experiences that I made a lot of mistakes when I was trying to price my work. So things about pricing, about business, about ways you can get out there. I know traditionally artists, you make the work, you try to get into a gallery, and you do it the traditional way, and I think that that's still a very viable way to do things. But there's also there's the internet. There's ways that you can reach your audience and your people that want to see your art through the internet, and I would love to share that information with you, what I know about that. Anyway, as well as hey, do you need help getting a little clearer on your colors? I mean, I know that color can be really hard to nail down. I even go through phases where I'm hating my colors, and I have to go and rethink how that's going to shift but yet keep in line with my brand. I mean, we can talk about things like that. We can talk about just directions and honing in on your style and building a body of work. Anyway, that's something that's kind of brewing. I'm thinking that might happen in the next few months, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, and it can also just be whatever it needs to be. But I figured that maybe a group where people gather who want to take their art a little bit further and maybe need a little help and support, and just, mastermind about stuff like that. Anyway, so that's what I got. Any questions? Anybody got any good things happening this week? I'm going to wait for a minute and see if there's anything. And I'm not seeing any questions come through, so I think I'm going to sign off soon so I can get back to going through the lessons to make sure everything's right for you guys. Anyway, but those will go live. I think it ends up going live like at midnight Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time on CourseCraft if you've signed up. So, and anybody who is in the original Beyond the Basics class, I'm going to have the links in your original Beyond the Basics dashboard to access this class, because you get access to this class free since it's part of the series. Anyway, yay! Is this all right, Shell? I'm seeing just part of a question, so I'm going to hold on for a minute and see. Is this the class? I just signed in late. Nope, Shell, this is not the class. The class is going to be in the interface, and you'll get an email, I think, from CourseCraft when that goes live. I believe you get an email saying that those lessons are live. But if not, then just check on Friday. You know what? I'm going to send out an email to my entire list. I'll send out an email, because on Friday what will happen is the classes go live, and you'll just go into the dashboard and you'll be able to access everything there. But right now it's this is just me talking about the class. Anyway, I'm working right now, but I can access the class later. You'll be able to access the class on Friday. So the classes are not live yet. It will go live on Friday. But this is just talking about the class. So, all right. If that's all the questions, I'm going to sign off. If you do have any other questions, though, feel free to hit me up in the comments below or shoot an email to me, and I will answer them as soon as I can. So I will talk to you guys later. Happy Wednesday.